got the opportunity to interview some country stars, some legends. Check this out. Their performance at the historic Florida Theater on July 26th is Nashville country band Lonestar. And I've got Keach with me today. Thank you so very much for joining us. I know you're a very busy man. So for folks who've never had the pleasure of seeing Lonestar live, what are they in store for at the historic Florida Theater?
Well, you know, we've been playing for 34 years now as a band. So in those 34 years, we've, collected a bunch of #1 hits that we've had. So you're going to hear all 10 of our #1 songs. We've had 10 #1 songs through the years. I mean, that's kind of a hard feat to do. I know George Strait's had like 50 or something, but we're proud of our 10 #1s, and we're going to play those and maybe a few surprises here and there, maybe some rock stuff.
I think that's awesome. 10 #1 hits. Listen, people are just lucky to have one. You've got 10, that's absolutely impressive. So you've been a band for quite some time, like you said, 34 years. So how have you managed to stay together for so long?
That's a good question. I don't know. It's just, I'd like to say that we're like brothers, but we're better than brothers because, we get to work together. We get to share the same kind of music. We have the same interests. We laugh about the same things. We just give each other space and we get along. And it's just like that has proven the test of time. The brotherhood that we have has just lasted through the years and will last for as long as we're alive,
I think that's absolutely cool, man. Keach, that's beautiful. All right, so tell us about Lonestar Iconic Volume #1.
Iconic Volume #1 is, we had this, so one day Drew was singing during sound check and he was strumming his guitar and he started singing Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper, just like his version of Time After Time. And we started kind of chiming in and playing and we thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we did that song and maybe some other female songs? What else could we do? So we each picked a song, our favorite sort of iconic female song, and the only two criteria was it had to be iconic, like you'd recognize it immediately, and two, it had to be from a female. So we each picked our favorite song, and so there's 5 of them, and we just put this EP together, went in the studio, cut all these songs in Lonestar style, like in our own sound of Lonestar. How do we make Adele sound like Lonestar, so we did that, and it's been out for over a year now. And then so there's a Volume 2, actually. That's probably going to be your next question, right?
Yeah, it is. That's perfect. It's a great segue. I was going to say, what can we expect and when can we expect Iconic Volume #2?
Well, Volume #2 is, we decided the criteria was going to be 80s. The good old glorious 80s. And it had to be an iconic song that you'd recognize immediately. And it had to be from the 80s. It had to be from like 1980 all the way to 1989. It was the criteria. And so we all did it again. We picked our favorite sort of 80s song and we threw it in a hat and we went in the studio and actually cut those songs. And here's a cool thing, that we actually cut those tracks in the same studio that we cut Amazed in, and that whole Lonely Grill album was same studio.
That's super cool. Can you tell us which tracks are on there?
I can tell you a couple of them, but I don't want to give away all of them. So if any Bruce Hornsby fans out there, somebody, I don't remember who it was in the band, but their favorite song was That's Just the Way It Is by Bruce Hornsby. And so we also did a John Cougar song. My favorite song was the Authority song, because back in the day I used to sing that song in a band I was in, and I just loved the drums in it and everything. So there's that one and 3 others.
Yeah, you can't give it all away. I tried my best. All right, Keach, before I let you go, where do we go to keep up with the band?
We have a website called LonestarNow.com, and that has our schedule and new pictures and all that kind of stuff that you'd want to know about the band, news about the band, some content, maybe some videos, things like that. But it's that's where you go, LonestarNow.com.
Excellent. Keach, thank you so very much for your time today. I really do appreciate it. And folks at home, if you want to catch this segment again or others like it, just head over to First Coast News Plus.